if we take a trade here, let's say we were to go ahead and trade off of this 1 minute entry because we think, this is going to keep climbing. Right now, if I was really going to set a stop in here, I have to set a stop below these areas down here of this 40 at least. That's basically setting a stop, let's say at 45. That's quite a bit of points to take a risk. Setting a stop at 45 is precisely where we're looking to possibly get in with this current setup on the long side. So again, you see it's very difficult to take this kind of trade. And if you do, because you think the timing on it is good, that this thing's going to keep going, then you have to do basically what we like. And that is, do it with a tight stop. So I would do a 7-point stop so that if it dropped below this 58, and my pink PMD use this as the last area of support to continue this push upward. This is the way a lot of traders that do trade breakouts will execute positions. They just won't put tight stops like we just did right now. Normally they would have stops way down here somewhere, probably below the 20 level. So it's not the way that we like to trade. The good thing about this trade right now is you've got gaps being created, not only in your same time frame, but there are gaps being created here in your different time frames. So your 1 minutes are pulling away from your 5. Your 5s are trying to pull away from 15. The 5-minute PMDs are trying to create gaps in between them. And that, again, shows that there is some momentum definitely being created to the buy side of the pound dollar. All right, so here goes the pound dollar. At this point in time, you've got a chance to pick up points or definitely tighten your stops and allow to see if it'll run and hit the 90 area. But this is one of those moments where if you're going to chase a trade, that's the way that at least I would chase it under the conditions I just explained to you. If you noticed a little while ago when we were talking about potentially that it had a chance to continue going, and what was happening with your PMDs, notice your 1 minutes now. There were gaps, right? Now there aren't any gaps. Look at them. They're getting closed. It took a lot of energy to get this price to go, and yet it couldn't go far enough. And you're seeing it in your 1 minutes that the energy is drying up. They're beginning to kind of crunch up together. A lot of energy has been spared, and it just couldn't get itself going there enough. And so now is when we look for possible retracements. And I've left this one here running, but this is why it's so important when you get up to that area of 7, 10, 12, 11 points, you got to collect, because that might be as far as the market for the moment now may go before it starts to either reverse or look for retracements to try to gain some more momentum, and that very well may be below your entry level. I'd rather see quickly 10 points or so in my bank account than try to make 20 or 30, but I've got to sit there and risk that I make absolutely nothing, or worse, lose. So yeah, I would go ahead and say, you know what, this is good for me, and I would just collect. You'd be surprised how often when you do that, and you do it consistently, how the account grows, because there are so many opportunities to collect those 7 to 10, 12 points every day. There aren't many opportunities to collect 20, 30, 40 points.